not be surprised if Game Mac
Hello everyone and welcome back to Hell. Oh, actually, that's not good. Where's Jay gone?
What?
So it's just me today. It's just me chatting. Jay, why did you break it?
I haven't broken anything.
You've broken it.
I still have camera.
Selected his Discord and then it's just like, no, we're just going to screen capture your internet. Like, brilliant. Brilliant. Thanks, dude.
Nice.
Thanks, OBS.
Nice.
Absolutely
When you say that I've broken it, then you really mean
OBS broke it.
Right. Yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Hellstorm Wargaming. How is everyone today? Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm joined by the lovely Jay of Mr. Mohawk Miniatures.
We can go with that. Hellstorm Wargaming.
Yes. How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome everyone. Hope everyone's well. We've got lots of people in the chat. We've got Smilo Maniac. Does a small board mean compensating you for a huge package? Don't like to brag, that's all. Lieben Russ. We got David J. We got Jack. We got Phonics. Hello, hello, hello. I can't see the chat. That's terrible. There we go. I can see the chat now. What's good, guys?
Streaming to Twitch at the moment.
Should be.
Because I've still just got the splash screen showing. I don't know if that's just me.
Is there a humongous delay? Well, I can see my face on Twitch if that helps. And I do like my face, but I don't need to look at it. So, hello, Combat Wombat.
Sorry. You fixed it.
Hit that hard refresh. Hard refresh. But is the sound okay, guys? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear Jay okay? Most importantly, because Jay is quite important.
Wow. You're really buttering me up today, mate. I'm not sure why.
I am, yeah. Are you ready? Jay, it's over between us. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was going to dump you today anyway. So.
That's right then.
Yeah, I feel that ever since you're the half moved and you don't give me anything like as much attention as I deserve. So we're done.
But how are you, Jay? How are you?
I'm doing really well, dude. Doing really well. I had great fun on stream last night.
To subscribe. Sorry to interrupt. Let's get some hype in the chat for Quantum 2897. Thank you very much for the sub, dude. Really appreciate it. And finish. Wow! It's just followed. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Welcome, everyone. Sorry, Jay, you were saying. How are you today?
Follows are free, guys. Everyone get on that follow train.
Jay, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Clearly, they don't want to hear about how
I'm just going to wait for the amazing amount of support to finish for a second.
Thank you very much, everyone. I love you all.
I kind of don't want it to. Like, keep going, guys. Get those follows in. Get those subs in.
Thank you, everyone. We'll let Jay talk. No, please keep interrupting. I love it.
Interrupted. But yeah, painted this sword on Twitch last night. I've got a load of stuff to do for the flames and so on, and then we've got the other side of the sword blade to do. But nice, like mystical molten style effect.
Very nice.
It's been very cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I like it. I saw the airbrushed version before you went in with the black, and the black looks really nice. It was very cool. And you got a little red boy. What's the red boy doing? No one else can see the red boy. I can see the red boy.
Little red boy. This is one of the. It's a red girl, actually, a red person. We should probably start saying instead of just red boy. This is because I just need to undercoat the shield or base coat the shield back to black for a painting lesson I'm doing straight after the stream.
Oh, very nice.
So we've got an hour and a half of painting tuition, private lesson, to do some non-metallic metals on all of this.
Nice.
It's going to be real fun. Real fun.
That sounds cool, man. Do you want to zoom your camera in? Because it's a little bit far out and I can see it's a little bit pixelated on my end. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And then we're going to go like this. Bam. And then everyone can see it. In all its glory, it looks even better now. It looks 10 times better than it already did. And it looked pretty good already.
Happy days.
There you go. Hello, Science Pie. How's it going? Absolute legend. A small board gang supporter. We've got David Nichols. Real Talk Mikey, Black Ops, I'll just carry on playing Modern Warfare and Warzone. Well, I'm terrible at both, so carry on with Warzone. Pickle Jar, I have seen your email, buddy. I have completely missed it. I'm terrible. I'm terrible at admin, so I will get back to you. Apologies. Speaking, I can say that...
That is definitely one of the hardest things about running any kind of channel and organisation, is keeping up with all that sort of stuff.
It's just admin.
Yeah, for definite.
So I look at my emails, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a new email. I should reply to that. And it's like 2 weeks later, and I'm like... still haven't replied.
That's rough, but I know that feel, man.
Yeah.
Like I try not to go to sleep until I've replied to everything I need to on like Instagram and Facebook and all those sorts of things.
I don't think I'd ever sleep.
And some nights that's a lot of time.
Yeah, I just like people to know that I have seen it and I'm planning to reply. I would like to in answer to your question. Yes, I'd love to. I'm just not sure what date. The pickle jar, and only he will understand. So there we go. Comment one but says, speaking of alternate 40k models, some of these companies that make models are in serious competition now. Puppet War do amazing work, for example. Yeah, there's lots of companies that are doing amazing stuff. That's part of the topic that we're going to be talking about today. As you see, you might see a new piece of like background ornament, let's call it. Today's stream.
I think that's a pretty spangly ornament, to be honest, mate.
It's basically I've put it on the stream as it's an ornament, so now it's a tax write-off. Hooray!
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's legit. This bad boy could fit so many tax write-offs in it. But no, I'm only kidding. I'm making videos about it. That's why it's in here. It has its own space upstairs. But yeah, so we're going to be talking a little bit about 3D printing, and I'll stop you there. No, I'm not going to 3D print myself a new army, and that's not what I'm going to condone. But god damn, there's some nice miniatures out there that aren't Warhammer related. So I've got the new Elgu Saturn sat behind me, which is a new printer by Elgu.
For those people that don't follow 3D printing, what's so special about the Elgu Saturn?
So the Elgu Saturn is a brand new printer. So the Elgu is the company. They already make a printer called a Mars, which is kind of like one of these, but not quite as good and a little bit smaller, and about a little bit.
Would you say
size.
That the Elgu Saturn runs rings around the Elgu Mars?
Wait for it. You ready? God damn, that was good. I like that one. You know, it wasn't good.
I love how you got up for the thigh slap in there as well. Mikey's having a hoedown right here on Hellstorm Wargaming.
I'm wearing my swimming trunks today. I'm having a great time. But Phonics, you can get out. Phonics says, can you print yourself some wins? Get out. That was savage.
Wow. He can't print himself some wins, but he could print himself some directions to the Bird Award. Get wrecked.
Absolutely, crew. That was like brutal. So I have an Elgu Saturn. That's what I have, which is a resin-based 3D printer, which is very fancy. What that means is it prints in resin, not plastic. And the way it prints, Jay, it has like a cool phone screen underneath. There's like in here, there's a phone screen, and then there's like a vat of resin, liquid resin. It comes in a little bottle like this, boop, boop, and it sets it layer by layer by shining a UV light. And if anyone's got very good eyes, they can see that it's now shining a little square, and then it'll go off again, and that means it's done. That little layer.
Nice.
So it goes off, and it lifts the plate up a bit, and then it shines a new light in a new shape, and that's how it makes stuff. So do you want to see some stuff, Jay? I'm very excited to talk about stuff.
Mate. Always. Show me what you got.
I've got a chest piece. We're going to do some close-ups, but I have a chest piece. This is like the stock. Print this first to make sure your printer is working piece.
Okay.
But we'll have a close-up because I've actually set up my camera. Oop, wrong one. Sorry, my apologies.
It's quite cute. It's very shiny.
It is quite shiny. So it's a photo polymer-based resin, so it does leave a little bit of a glossy coat onto it. So you can see this isn't great. Reason being, you can see like there's a big blob here, and there's like a bubble there, and there's like the lettering's all like
your dream down, you know. Yeah, I've got your weight screen on Twitch now, rather than the 2K era. I'm guessing you can't edit that back, can you?
Hello! Hello! Hello, everyone! Hello!
Hello!
Are you there? Hello! Hello! Maybe that's better anyway, Kate. Get out, Decker Hornheim. Is that working?
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. I can hear you, but can't see you.
Can you see us now? Is it a problem that's persistent?
Hello, 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 hello. Sorry about that.
Because I can see us on Twitch currently.
Yeah.
Although I think you need to move the screen display for my.
Oh. Well, you've ruined it. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm not sure. Hey, welcome to part 2.
Yeah.
Part 2. This is the tell of show and tell.
The stream could basically not deal with the horrendous burn that Mikey just got, and that was
That's it. I killed the stream. Can see you but can't hear you. Kaza, try refreshing. Let's do a refresh. Hello, refresh. F5. F5. Can I get some F5s in the chat?
That's how you doing.
Hello, Mr. Sundays. How is everyone? Let's get some F5s going. Everyone post F5 right now.
Bam, that refresh. There we go. Got it in
Top 5.
Twitch. Gold Star EJ.
There we
Absolute
go.
Superstar.
Fantastico. Welcome. So sorry about that. There we go. We're working. So I was talking about my little rook piece. So what I was saying was, you can see that there's like some little bubbles, and there's like a big lump there, which isn't very nice. And there's like an air bubble there. And the reason for this, Jay, is because I
was going to ask you if this is how you know your printer's not calibrated properly.
The printer's fine. So what happens is because this resin is set by UV light, so that's what it does. It shines a little UV light in the shape that you want, and that's how it sets. Well, I was like, well, what I'll do is, it's my first print, so I'll go outside and knock it off the build plate. And that was my first and final mistake, because I went outside in shade, but I went outside in daylight. So what happened is all the liquid resin that was left on the model, because it's been submerged, and that's how it's made, it's set on the model and all over my build plate. So I made a right mess in my very first print, which is very funny.
Okay, rookie error.
Literally a rookie error, Jay, because it's a rook.
Yeah, that's right. There was layers of those puns. You know, it was your first attempt, so rookie.
Yeah. It's got some
We're
stairs.
on form with our puns today.
Yeah, it's got some little stairs in it. As you can see, you can climb up the little staircase.
Yeah, I saw that. That's quite cute. The level of detail internally is awesome. I mean,
yeah. And then you got like
try painting it, but
well, yeah. But now I can play chess with one whole piece. I think it says
nice.
Oh, Lehman Russ has just become a member. Absolute legend. Absolute legend.
I want to know if that's Lehman Russ the tank or Lehman Russ the Primarch.
I imagine
because it's one thing saying this cool tank just joined my channel, but like when it's literally a Primarch, like actually, got to step up on Valrak now. We've got Primarchs watching.
Well, yeah, I am
just
Valrak,
talks about them.
if anyone follows me on Twitter. I am Valrak. Because Valrak is making new t-shirts that have Space Marines on.
Okay.
And then, so he doesn't want Games Workshop lawyers coming after him. So he's now me, but I'm now him. Because he's me.
Are you making a t-shirt with a Space Marine on
it? No. Yes. So I guess I'm
making it again. I set you up so well, and you ruined it. Oh.
I am making a Space Marine t-shirt right now. Link in the description. Thanks, Jay. Link in the description. Get your Firstborn Gym t-shirt. It's only available for another 9 days. That's just over a week.
I know.
9 days. 9 days. I think Mikey needs to be allowed and print me some Reaper chain cannons for my Havocs. No.
I think
that's
you need
illegal.
To go and buy more Havocs if you want to do that, mate.
Yeah. That's illegal. Hey, that's illegal. What's in the printer right now? It is currently printing. Oh, Phonics has donated £5 via Super Chat.
Hey. Absolute beast mode. Next time, put your Timo or Internet dongle out the window works better.
donated £5 through Super Chat. Next time put your T-Mobile internet dongle out the window works better. Tears of joy.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Phonics. Thank you very much for telling me via text-to-speech that I've got shit internet. I'm aware. I'm not really sure what happened. It's some issue, but never mind. But, yes, what was I saying? I was saying something. It's only available for 9 more days. That's what I was saying.
That's right.
And then I was also saying that it's illegal.
It's also available in a variety of sizes, colours, and styles. Because if you are a gym bro and you are already in the Firstborn gym, you know a tank top version and show off them guns.
I'm a gym bro. I'll post a link in the chat right now. How about that? It's all PayPal secure. It's not like some dodgy website where you just like put in your email, put in your card details right now. It's like nah, PayPal. So I'm currently
PayPal for life.
Yeah, I'm currently printing a sci-fi crate, not a Minotaur Marmot crate. It's like it's in that area though, you know. It's terrain crates. That's what I'm printing.
Are you printing it whole? Like no assembly required, or are you printing like a kit to make?
Kinda yes, no. So it's a crate with no doors. Okay. So it's like a hollow. It's like a hollow. It's an open crate.
Yeah, a tube, a square-faced tube.
And I've printed the doors already on the plate as well. So if I want it open, then I can have it open. If not, I can glue the doors on. Nice. I could print it whole in one piece if I wanted to. It's just that you use lots of resin to like support the door then, which you don't really need to because you can just take the doors out and then print them separately.
Do you not make it hollow? I'm a noob with all this,
so you can make it hollow, but because of the way it prints, because it prints vertically and it like pulls.
Right.
So what you have to do is you have to make sure the resin's supported on the bottom. So if you have like a box, you have like all the walls are fine, but then the roof needs resin going down to hold it.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Are you worried about fumes with that thing being in the same room? Well, it's a really wide open room, and it's not going to be in here forever.
It's quite a wide open room.
Yeah, it's like it's probably what 25 feet, maybe. No, maybe not that many. Yeah. Maybe like 20 feet. My room, it's massive. It goes all the way down there.
It's pretty big. It's like the entire downstairs of a house, nearly.
Yeah. It's essentially it's the length of a house. So and it's going to be going upstairs later. This is just it's only here while I'm filming with it and stuff, and because I wanted to talk about it, and it looks cool behind me. It's obviously not going to live on my battle map forever, so I wouldn't like.
I was going to say that by itself is a hell of a terrain feature, mate. It's definitely obscuring.
It's obscuring for sure. Obscures UV light very well. So, have you seen Titan Gate Kickstarter? I have not, but I'm going to check that out. I'm going to write that down right now. Titan Gate Kickstarter. Titan Gate. I've seen lots of Patreons and stuff like that you can go on to get them, but it's like a lot of it is like.
It's like a monthly subscription.
Yeah, it's kind of like
you don't necessarily know what it is you're going to get next month and so on either.
It's hit and miss. It's hit and miss.
But there's
filtered, he says.
There's a crazy amount of, if I'm honest, unbelievably sick-looking stuff out there that people have just sat in their studio, their bedroom, whatever, and designed to go up for sale to make minis for like your D&D games and all that sort of stuff.
That is a good segue, Jay. Thank you very much.
Amazing skill.
Yeah, amazing.
Got you covered, dude. I told you. I am absolutely on fire today.
So not only have I printed a rook, this is my rook, I've also printed a little combat gauge.
Nice.
How cool is this? This is a design that someone's made. It's purely for personal use, but I will be making my own, which I'll probably end up selling, but it won't have an Imperial logo on it. It'll have an Hellstorm logo on it. But this is a little 3-inch combat gauge. Again, I'm just testing stuff. I'm just trying stuff out at the minute because I've done 3D printing before, but I've never used a resin printer before.
How hard wearing is that?
Hard wearing?
Because my stuff like that gets chucked in a dice bag. It gets chucked in.
Well, I can snap it quite easily, clearly. But it's like it's made of resin, but it's like probably very similar to acrylic. Like you can snap it.
Okay,
but it's like it's not like super brittle. You know,
yeah, you have to attempt to snap it rather than.
I went for the weakest part and snapped it there, which I probably shouldn't have done. But the great thing is I can just make myself another one.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So like here, I'm bending that quite a lot now. There you go. It did break eventually. But it is quite hard.
Yeah, but you had to put a reasonable amount of force into that, which just stood at the side of the table you're unlikely to do.
It's going to live in your bag or whatever. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. Nice, man.
When I was printing the JoJo Custodies, the JoJo Custodies are pretty funny, to be fair.
Are those the ones from text-to-speech?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how accurate is it? Fairly accurate.
I mean, that combat gauge looked like 3 inches, so...
If you can see that. That's 1 inch across. Perspective is killing me now.
Yeah.
3 inches. There you go. They're pretty accurate. Accurate enough for a war game. Maybe not for
definitely.
A military missile that you're building or something like that.
So what you're saying is, if you happen to be an engineer, keep using what you've got.
Yeah.
If you're playing Warhams, look out on the Hellstorm Wargaming website soon.
How long did I
shop?
Yeah. How long did I cure that ruler? It was outside for like 20 minutes, but I have a curing solution now. So maybe a bit longer. The thing is with it is if you cure stuff for too long, it can become quite brittle. But it was just sat outside for a little bit. It wasn't anything ridiculous. But yeah, so anyway, D&D. So with the printer, there's a company called My Mini Factory, which now follow me on Twitter. Hello.
Nice.
They give you some complimentary D&D characters that you can print.
Sweet.
So these are designed by a company, and then they give you the STLs, or you can buy STLs, or essentially the file, and then you can print it. And then this is one that's been printed. It got printed yesterday. This is a little female wizard that was painted by my wonderful girlfriend. I did not paint it because everyone knows I don't paint.
We've seen evidence of you not painting. Yeah.
Literally, yeah. So this is painted by Georgie. She's been painting this. So this is a little female wizard that she painted up today, which is pretty cool. It's got a little purple cloak. She's done a nice base. So that was like a tester. Again, I printed that on a cat phone holder.
A phone holder?
Yeah, that's a cat.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
But then I printed the rest of them, so I have an entire party of little D&D characters. So
nice.
This guy, we've had a few mishaps with a couple of them. So this is a barbarian. It looks pretty cool, but he doesn't have a nose because it came off. So I need to.
How does he smell?
With difficulty.
Yay.
The fumes are pretty bad though. I'm only kidding. So it's a little barbarian. So the supports that I built for him, I just did it automatically, and I need to learn how to do it properly. Because essentially there's like a little sprue attached to his nose, and then when I clipped it, it clipped his nose off as well.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah, so,
okay.
So if I say support everyone who doesn't know much about 3D printing, I'm referring to essentially like a sprue that it's printed on.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it turned out pretty cool. It's pretty nice. He's got a little sword. He's got a little axe. That's pretty fun. And it's like not quite bendy because it's made of resin, but it's not like, it's closer to plastic now in terms of like durability, I'd say.
Okay.
Bam, bam, bam. Because like if that was a Forge World axe, let's say.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely not fine cast.
Yeah, it's no way. So that's a little barbarian. We've got a bardarian, a little dwarf bard, playing some bagpipes. They're pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Nobody wants that in their party.
No, exactly. So I just like the details on the muscles, and you can't appreciate the details fully on these because this is like straight off the printer. Obviously cured, but it's straight off the printer. But here I've got a paladin that's been primed, and you can see like the detail on the sword. It's got like some nice engravings. You've got some fleur de something on the shield there. I'm not sure if you can quite see that. Some squiggly bits. The problem is with this one is his foot kind of mashed up a little bit, so you can see that little puddle there. That's his foot, which hasn't quite worked. So we had a little bit of a mishap there.
But this has got duck feet.
Yeah, so Georgie's going to paint that anyway. That's what he built up. So he's supposed to be stood on a tree stump. So there's like a big gap underneath there. So he just filled it with a bit of cork. So yeah, this is quite cool. A little paladin. We've got a wizard, a man wizard, who's doing a little little resin, not resin, I just read resin in the chat, that's why. A little magical fireball thingy, which looks quite cool.
Nice.
We've got a cleric and a shouting man. Is our little book. And what I love about the book, it's got some ripped pages, which you can see. And he's got a beard. He's bald man. Got a cool cloak with some holes in it. We've got captain.
So how much cleaning have you had to do for these? So I know they're on supports and everything else, but let's be honest, if this is a Finecast miniature, that's about 2.5 hours of pissing about with some files and some clippers and then probably some liquid green stuff and so on.
So what I've essentially done is clip them off the sprue and then stuck them to a base. I haven't filed them or anything. I've gone in with a knife just to clear off the sprue. You can see like where all these white parts are. That's where I've clipped them off the sprue.
Right.
But I've essentially done nothing. So
that's really good, man.
Yeah. So like that a little bit extra there. But again, because I've auto supported it, so it kind of like puts supports where it thinks you need them. But I think if I went and did it again, but I did it manually, then I think it'd come out really cool. Because like what it does, it put like a support on his crotch, for example, and it put a support like 3 supports on his leg, but then only 1 on the sword, and the sword's actually come out really well. So knowing that the sword only needed 1, why has the leg got 3?
Okay, I see what you mean.
So, that makes sense. So because you can manually put them on with the software. So
is it not one of those things where it's probably better to have more, like better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it?
Yeah, it depends, because the auto one kind of puts it everywhere. It doesn't really consider the detail. It's just like if it's there, it's gonna put a support on it.
Right.
So like the barbarian, he lost his nose because it put support on his nose, but he probably didn't need one. For example. Could it be more the weight of the leg?
I mean, the fact that his nose fell off means that it probably did need it, but it fell off for different reasons. So
yeah, so it was there. It's just when I clipped it, it broke off. This is your first 3D printer. It's my first FDM, not for FDM. It's my first non-FDM 3D printer. We've got a little lion, which is probably the best one, which came out really well.
I like the lion. That does look cool.
Yeah, it's cool, right? It's on a 40mm base.
Yeah, nice bit of texture on him and everything else.
Yeah, he's even got a little lump under there.
Hello.
You know, like the mane came out really nicely. It did have some teeth, but the problem is I supported them and they come off as well.
Okay. Is that a case of maybe needing to leave it to harden a little bit longer, which I appreciate you're then trying to cut the supports off, so that might be one of the worst things to do. But
yeah, so the usual process is to take it out of the printer, give it a rinse, and then whilst it's still partly cured, take the sprue off, then cure it.
Okay.
So that's the way I've been doing it now. So maybe if I'm careful with those details, I cure it first, then clip them off.
Fair.
But yeah, it's quite interesting. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing that. As I'm currently printing a crate. I said George has done a smashing job of painting this little wizard.
Yeah, she should be proud, man.
Yeah, she's done a great job. So I've primed up the paladin because she's going to come collect that. She's going to paint that while we carry on streaming, I think. But
nice.
Yeah, should be really cool. So you're going to see pictures of the D&D characters get all painted up, which would be cool. A little posse, little D&D posse. That's what I like to call it. So I've got a 3D printer and I'm having a great time with it. You're probably going to see some 3D printing related videos, such as I've half filmed a unboxing / review of the Saturn because I'm very impressed with it. And I'm also doing like hobby tips for new 3D printers, like printer as in a person, printer owner. So like I'm showing people like good curing practices and stuff like that, and like hobby solutions to things, because what you have to do with resin is like you have to print it, but then you have to wash it in alcohol with the right resin, or you can get water washable resin, but usually you wash it in alcohol. Then you have to cure it, and then it's ready to go. So it's not a case of just taking out the printer then going like plastic printers.
Right.
That's what an FDM printer means. It's basically a plastic printer. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough. Jay, have you got any questions before I answer the chat?
No, mate, you carry on. I think you did a masterful job there of explaining a little bit about 3D printing to someone that understands it from a sort of layman's perspective. I get what it is and what it does, but don't know any of the detail of it. So thank you very much.
Yeah. I bought an FDM printer, so that's a plastic printer. I'm hoping I can get some decent detail out of it for my niece. So it can be difficult because FDM printers, so that's why they melt plastic and they spit it out, kind of like icing.
It's like silly string.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of like gets spurred out. It can be quite difficult, but some printers can do it. But it's like it's over my head in terms of setting them up to do that.
I'm guessing you need to have a little bit of patience to do something like that, and maybe
lots of trial and
use
error.
some tools afterwards to bring that to sort of a standard you're happy with.
Yeah, Jack says already looks better than Crapcast. Well, it doesn't have an issue with bubbles. It does printing with resin. Because you don't have.
Who'd have thought that injection molding resin into molds made from metal would actually just fail? I would not have predicted that.
Yeah.
Ben is in front of you, has no idea what we're talking about. He's giggling away to himself at that comment. He knows.
Hero Forge is going to be your friend. Yes, I've made a few characters on Hero Forge because I play D&D, and I like to make up my character in 3D form. So Hero Forge is a website where you can build D&D characters in any way, and then you can either buy them and they'll send you a model and they'll print it for you, or you can buy the file to print it yourself. So I'm gonna I've got a few characters that I'd love to print. So could it be more the weight of the leg? It could be a lot of the weight of the leg. Yeah, but again, it's just kind of like auto support. So I think there might have been a few many.
Maybe it put a support in that particular place because it thought he was going to be
a big boy.
Yeah, powerful in certain regards.
Yeah. Matt Wright, hi Mike, I'm looking at building a gaming studio at my house and would like to invite you down in the near future, hoping everything will be up and running up to the bystander next year. Well, that's very kind of you, man. Maybe one day in the future. Brandon B, thank you for the sub. Welcome to YouTube. How are you today?
Hey, Brandon.
Sergeant Smeghead, don't be racist and I won't have to ban you. I'll give you one chance and that's it. No, no, you were racist. Get out. Sorry, but no, I'm not dealing with it.
There you go. Everyone, that's your one warning, is him being banned.
I'm not having it. I thought about it, I had a moment of clarity, and then that was it. No. Don't be racist. Fuck off. I ain't got time for you. It'll be the way of the pull on the FVP. Yeah, so maybe. So essentially there's there's a vat and then a film underneath the resin, and that gets pulled. So if you listen very carefully, you probably can't hear it, but every time it lifts up, you hear because it pulls off the resin that it's set and then puts it back down again. So it's like a
nice.
And George will be talking to me, and I'll be like, 1 second, I'll go over and put my ear next to it, and I'll be like, did you hear it? Did you hear it? And she'll be like, what? And I'm like, that means it's doing well. As soon as you stop hearing the pop, that means you've failed.
Okay.
How do you think companies like GW are going to take this? I think it's all about... someone asked me, and I said, are you going to print an army? And I said, no. With great power comes great responsibility. And I have some great power. It's to make terrain and stuff, and to make cool stuff. It's not to print myself a Space Marine army, because, one, the models end up looking crap anyway, because GW designers get paid a lot of money to make cool models, and people at home in the bedroom don't make as cool models. And two, just don't. You don't need to. Models are cheap enough. You don't need to go out and buy a £500 printer to print your own models. For £500, I could just buy 2 armies and build it.
Exactly. I know people whinge about the price of Games Workshop stuff, but that's mostly because we all want all of it because it's very cool, and that's essentially how most nerds are. It's like you get this kind of completionist, collectionist sort of thing going, and you do want it all because it is cool.
It is, yeah.
But none of it is required for life, and so you don't need it. Just save up and be responsible. Besides which, you've all got a big enough pile of shame. Go and work through that, save up, and then buy the next pile of shame.
So, Sell STLs is a question mark. Is kind of like the second part of that question. I think maybe in the future they might do, but as soon as they start doing that, they're going to have an issue with copyright and pirating files. Because, you know, you can buy a CD, but, you know, as soon as one person buys a CD, it's all over the internet. You can download it and everything.
Everyone's got it.
So it's kind of like, it's really tough. So they'll have to make something that's similar. The reason Netflix and streaming is so massive is because it's so convenient.
Mm-hmm.
So what Netflix essentially did, and all the streaming services have essentially done, is that they've killed illegal downloads of films. And Spotify for music and Amazon Music or whatever, because it's so convenient to pay a monthly subscription to get everything that you want. You don't have to go and illegally download it. So Games Workshop, if they started selling STLs, the first thing they're going to have the issue is the same thing that happened with music and films. It's like, it's just going to get illegally copyrighted. So then they're going to have to do a monthly subscription, and that changes their business model completely.
Yeah, enormously.
So yeah.
But even then, if you did like a subscription for it to be able to get the file, it would still be out there. You'd still be able to download it and then copy it and share it and upload it and everything else.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to have to be maybe a piece of technology that just interfaces directly between your computer and the printer and doesn't even give you the file. It just tells the printer what to print.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to have something like that, so it mirrors that kind of Netflix streaming kind of technology before it becomes a viable option for a company.
It is interesting to see how things will change in the next few years. But there's lots of companies that are purely making models and selling the files to print them. Things like Titan Forge and loads of Patreons and stuff like that. That's their entire thing is to, we sell you files and that's it. Here's a file, enjoy. you cock up the printing, we don't care. Does the file work? Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
So, look, Gitface, big tip, if you can fill the plate up, it'll save time as it does the full layer ons. Yeah, so yeah, that is a good point, but I said I've only had it since Saturday, so I'm kind of doing lots of tests. But this crate that I'm printing at the minute, I can fit 6 on this plate. 6 crates at once.
Damn.
So this crate's going to take 12 hours to print in total, but I could print 6 in 12 hours, for example. It's like the same, because it's all to do with the height, which is quite interesting.
With that in mind,
yeah,
do you ever feel that it's wasteful to do a test run? So I'm assuming that's what this is. This is a test run, so you're doing one.
So it's essentially
whereas you could do the same amount of energy in terms of power, but obviously more resin if you did 6.
Yeah, so essentially because I'm still learning, because I'm essentially learning how different prints work, because I've never used a resin printer. So essentially the only thing I'm wasting now is time. So yeah, I could print 6 crates right now. In 12 hours I'd have 5 more crates than I would have if doing the print I'm doing now. But if I do 6 crates inexperiencely, if I try and print 6 without the experience knowing how this model's going to print on its own, not only do I waste time, if it fails, I also waste resin, which I don't want to do. Because it's not cheap.
True.
It's not cheap. You're looking at like 30 quid a bottle. So...
But so I know very little about this, but I've been led to believe that like a 28mm miniature could cost you 30p's worth of resin.
Yeah, so like the D&D party is sort of probably cost me about £2 worth of resin, if that.
Right.
Because it's very small, it's very light. There's not a lot there, so maybe the supports maybe cost me an extra 20-30p.
Okay.
But like with something like a crate, if you're like filling that build plate and you get halfway down and then it fails, you probably wasted like a £5 of resin, which is it's only a £5, but also it's a waste. So
yeah, but if you do that 10 times, that's 50 quid. So you know,
exactly.
it adds up.
So whilst I'm playing around, I'd rather waste time than resin at the minute. And plus, this bottle is empty, so it's all in there. So if I mess up, I've got to take it all out, filter it all, and then put it all back in. It's a very messy process. It's
nice.
So, but I would say
that's one of the things that put me off them. It's one extra thing to have that takes up a lot of space, because of the extra tools and cleaning and everything else you've got to sort of do. Yeah,
exactly. So it's a hobby in itself. I haven't bought it to print my own army. I bought it because I'm interested in the art of 3D printing. I want it to aid my hobby. Like, I'm just thinking, do you know my sandstone Necrons?
Yeah.
The bases are so boring. That's
because the base is all over the miniature.
But I can print like little sandstone columns and stuff like that to put on the bases along with my Egyptian Mortek Guard. That's my plan. So stuff shit like
Necron
that.
crystals.
Little cool shit. That's what I want to print. Little cool shit. Like, I'm not going to print myself a tactical squad because I don't need one. I've got loads. But a cool base, yeah, boy. But yeah, I mean, people will go out and buy a printer. They will print their own armies. Then fair play. I think it's really fascinating at how well they can print them, but I also don't agree. Don't agree in like printing models. Like, if you want to print models, then go ahead. That's your thing. But me personally, that's not my thing. So
I think that it only harms the game that everyone that's printing those models claims to love. So
yeah,
that's my view straight away.
Yeah. Hey, that's a Damien. Steve in Facebook says, how do you feel about printing custom bits to dress up your 40k army, like kit bashing, or you want a different looking weapon for your warlord to make your army feel more unique? And that's kind of like
totally down.
Yeah, like tongue in cheek. Yeah, like go for it. If you like, fair enough. It's like it's a weapon. Whatever, you know what I mean?
Here's a custom power sword that looks exactly like, I don't know, the katana from Kill Bill. Cool. Go for it.
I'll print you one.
Here's a power sword that looks exactly like the power sword that comes in the box, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly, because you can just get one. If it's a custom thing, then go for it. I'll print you one on Twitch says, tell Jay hello from his date.
Hello, buddy. How you doing? This is my my student for after the stream. We're doing some non-metallic metal work on I forgot what this lass is called. She's one of the Shadespire minis.
Yeah.
It's not Oberyn the Bold. It's the other one.
Oberyn the Bold.
I forgot.
The one with the double.
Yeah, with the two-hander. Yeah, he's an absolute tank. Yeah, if you've got any questions about 3D printing, the guy who's literally called "I'll print you one" does know pretty much everything there is to know from what I can work out about printing stuff, whether 3D printed or like artwork, signs. You know, that's what he does. That's his family business.
Nice. Well, we should hook up. I'll print you one. So when you finish with Jay, I'd love to go on a date with you.
You can have my sloppy seconds.
Fantastic. Goldstar EJ says, you guys say that, but doesn't GW allow kit bashing and certain bits are expensive? It does like kit bashing, but kit bashing is taking two kits and mixing it together. It's not making your own.
Yeah. Certain bits being expensive is not an argument as far as I'm concerned either.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't need this to survive, so if you want it, pay for it.
Yeah.
The same as everything else.
The more that people start thinking it's okay to rip off designs, the more that Games Workshop. It's a big company, don't get me wrong, and fuck the man and all that, but support the hobby that you enjoy. So I've just joined the stream and I feel like my not 3D printed impulsor conversion is going to come up. Yeah, it is 3D printed, Harry. It is. Do you remember the 3D printed impulsor argument, Jay? The one with the rhino on the back.
I do.
I do.
Like, Harry's an absolute legend.
That's definitely 3D printed, Dad. He's like, no, it's not. So, but if Harry had 3D printed the backup for an impulsor to convert it, I'd be like, fair enough. He's bought an impulsor and he's printed a back for it. Because he printed he didn't really print the entirety of an impulsor.
he genuinely didn't.
He didn't.
He's a very, very good little sort of model builder, I guess.
Yeah.
Decent painter as well. He's been working on some Blood Angels recently that absolutely rock.
That's really nice. It's an issue that GW needs to address. I agree. Yeah, it's not. I mean, as I said, if you want to print your own models, you go crazy. It's not my thing. But it's like, me personally, that's my standpoint on it. I'm not going to judge you for doing it. It's like, whatever. It's impressive that you can get such nice prints out. It's not something that you're going to see from me. You're going to see cool terrain pieces, hopefully.
It's alright, Mikey. I'll judge them enough for the both of us.
Yeah, no worries.
It's totally fine.
There's a 3D printer in town. I've taken in files from Thingiverse, dice holding wound trackers, a non-stupid stand for my Ghost Ark, etc. Yeah, nice, man, nice. Like the base clips that I use for squad markings, they're all 3D printed. Really handy.
Yeah. I think that's quite a cool idea as well. I've seen those. I think they're good.
Yeah.
They're certainly better than the loom bands and the other stuff that.
Oh yeah, and they look really slick in my opinion. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of 3D printed terrain, you might even see some more new 3D printed terrain, but not 3D printed by me, coming up in a battle report sometime soon.
Ooh.
Hashtag sponsored. Hashtag ad. Gas of All Trades says, wasn't the main thing that you can do custom models at GW events, but it has to be majority GW parts. It's like, yeah, it's 100% GW parts. That's it. Full stop. It's like maybe they did that in the past, but now it's 100%.
Yeah. I think it's because there's more of a prevalence of companies like, say, Cromlech and so on, Cyborg, that create inspired buys rather than direct copies of, and they don't want that at their events, which I can understand. You know, I get that. You're not advertising their product at that point.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about 3D printing stuff that's out of production, like Legion solder pads?
Find them on eBay.
Yeah, me personally, I'm not bothered. Again, it's like, you can do what you want. Probably a bit of a bad move. It's like downloading an old game that you can't buy from the shop. Still illegal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so. But if you want to design and print cool stuff, like a broken combat cage. So I couldn't use my mana.
Can you print it pre-broken?
I mean, yeah. So I couldn't use my Minotaurs, for example, because custom heads and shields. Yeah, exactly, man. You wouldn't be able to use them at a Games Workshop event. You'd be able to use them at third-party events, but not a Games Workshop one.
I'd be careful with that, by the way, using for that third-party events, because I know a guy who did well enough at the Las Vegas Open to be asked to go and play on stream. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'll go play on stream. And then once he'd set up all this stuff, he was told that he could only use miniatures that were 100% GW official.
Yeah.
And because of the army he was playing, and I'm not going to tell you what army it was because it would give away the person's identity, but because the army was playing, he had a few things that were not GW, such as some nails that had been driven into bases to put miniatures on as a stand, because it was better than the plastic one that they give you. And was told he couldn't allow they couldn't allow those to be on stream because it wasn't a GW part, and he had to use stands, and they kept falling off, and they kept interrupting his game to make him put them on the stand because it was a stream game. So be careful about stuff like that. It's unlikely that you'll have a similar problem. But this was the LVO. It was the biggest event of the year, and
which is
that's the sort of stance that they had for it.
It is a third-party event, which is essentially a Games Workshop event at the same time, because if Games Workshop are streaming the event, it's like, we own this now.
That's right, it's theirs.
But also, for that same argument, it was in the rules pack as well. So...
Yeah. My argument isn't don't do it. It's just be careful, make sure you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
And at that point, you may want to just say, no, I don't want to be on stream. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
And so on and so forth.
I use mine to print the Blood Raven symbols. I suck at freehand. It's great for that sort of thing. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Like, Pop Goes the Monkey's doing really well with them because they sell loads. But again, I'm not bothered. I just use transfers, so. I actually managed to get some off eBay, some third-party transfers. So it's like, I'm not exactly advocating the right part now.
But that's GW does make a Blood Raven did make a Blood Raven transfer sheet, didn't they?
Yeah.
It was a 4-draw thing back in the day.
Yeah. So, also, why aren't there 9-inch range rulers? So you can use that for deep strike. All the ones I've seen are 8 inches. Well, we should be having some back in stock soon, Gaz. We do sell whappy sticks. Or I might have one handy. If you really desperate,
some nice Hellstorm ones.
A used one, used by the team. I think it's in my drawer.
One careful owner.
Yeah.
What was it, Neil?
Yeah, exactly.
It might influence your dice rolls negatively.
Well, yeah, exactly. If I want to play with my third-party Bone Singer in Games Workshop, brackets, I don't, then when they told me to remove it, I'd be asking them to point where I could buy an official one, playing devil's advocate. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's just like, it's just dodgy in it, so. Think it'll be next year before Hellstorm tournaments are back. Well, I'm working with the venue to see what we can do, because if we can get the tournaments approved by the council, then we can get back up and running. But I don't want to promise anything yet. Hooded Man, thank you very much for subbing on YouTube.
We're in the same boat here. If we can, like, basically, we've got to get a sign off from environmental health to say yes, you can have a tournament, and at that point, it's there. You could say they've said yes, it's fine to go, so it's good to go. But equally, if you're having to go to that length to get something approved, should you?
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of like the internal balance that we've got. Yeah, so
how much blame do you take if something goes wrong?
Yeah, I'd love to say soon, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. I can't really say anymore because I don't know. And again, the fact is that if anyone's watching the news in the UK, Britain is so we'll just have to see.
Some would say slightly in the brown. But I'm going to a tournament at the weekend.
Oh, really?
And it's a grand tournament as well. This is being my first grand tournament sized event since February.
Really? How many players?
28. So it's literally just a GT.
Right. Okay. Just fair. I think I know where that
literally
is.
Just.
Yeah. Nice.
It's not in this country. That's the lengths we've had to go to get a tournament.
Oh yes, that one. I was thinking about that one. That one.
Yeah.
That one. You're going to see the SN boys.
I am going to go and see the SN boys.
I'm
going to tell Pardo that he needs to poke Winters some more. You know, really get that game in the bag. Currently, Pardo is small time because you've got a game against Winters planned.
I have. I'm going to smash him up, and he's going to
play a friendly narrative game against him, right?
He's gonna have to film on small board for the rest of his life after I've done with him.
Today on this battle grid,
on this small battle grid. Jack Vincent says, meant to say, love the objective markers and the meme made me chuckle. No worries, buddy. No problem at all. Yeah, we've nearly sold out of objective markers. We've actually got 2 left, I think.
Nice.
2 light.
They're really good.
Yeah. So I'm really chuffed with them. These could be yours. These are brand new. It fits so many objective markers in this bag. They're very, very nicely made. But we might have some more come in. Maybe even a new design. Ooh. Breaking the mold.
Can confirm Hellstorm objective markers are super good.
Saznega just subscribed. Thank you very
Hey!
much. Among Us. Do I need to download Among Us? I think I do. It looks good. So anyway,
I can also confirm what you shouldn't do is let Mikey sign your objective markers.
No, don't let me sign them. I've learnt though. I've got a lot better. Second lockdown, like second breakfast. Love it, Harley. DN stuff. Evening, gents. Hope all is well and you are keeping safe. I'm doing my best. Are you keeping safe, Jay?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, I am.
Good. I hear things are
although I went to a town for the first time in a while at the weekend, and I was surprised at the number of people wandering around with no masks on and stopping and chatting to their mates and stood outside pubs and so on. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Brilliant. Just subbed on YouTube. Thanks for the sub.
That is a great name. That is such an awesome name.
Yeah. My local game store is open, but no tournaments for like ever. Yeah, probably that's the future right now.
But
Fury and Stormbringer, I'd wish I could tell you, but I've got no idea. Good evening, first captain. Good evening, Rob. How's it going, buddy? Are you still not able to get a haircut? I mean, I cut my own hair now. That's what YouTube. That's a very YouTuber thing to do. Cut my own hair.
Is that a YouTuber thing to do?
Yeah.
I've been a YouTuber for like 10 years then, man. Damn.
Tom says it's £4. Okay, I'll get it then. 300 meg. It's also hilarious. Drunk with 9 Scottish men. I'm sure it is. Have you seen Among Us, Jay? The video game?
No.
It's like one of you is like a murderer, and then you have to try and find out who it is. It's really
cool. Oh, it's like the werewolf card game.
Yeah, I guess so. I think. I don't know what that is. Yeah,
okay,
sure.
it's a card game. Somebody's the werewolf, and you all have to sort of close your eyes while you work out who's the werewolf and so on.
Brilliant.
It's kind of like a little detective game. You've got to lie to each other.
Yeah,
it's fun.
You've got to like do little tasks, and then you have to like vote. It's like Mafia, Secret Hitler, etc. Has lots of names. It's great fun. It's really good.
Nice.
It's really good. I watched the PewDiePie, Cinnamon Toast Ken, Pokimane, Moist Critical, Jacksepticeye stream, and that was really good. So it's just like a bunch of some of the biggest YouTubers in the world all together having a great time. But yeah, is it on Steam? I might get it now. Actually, no, I'm not going to risk it while I'm streaming because I've already had issues today.
Yeah. Yeah. Crash earlier on.
Yeah. Here I live on a small island and only had 21 infected. Last infected was 1.5 months ago. We are 30,000 a year. Nice. Well, I'm really glad.
That's awesome, dude.
England is just terrible. So
mostly because of the English people.
Yes.
Who think it doesn't apply to them. I don't know why.
Yeah. The very mixed information given to them.
That hasn't helped either. Yeah.
Took like 1 minute to download to me. Alright, big shot. Mister, I can download 300 megabytes in a minute. I've got like poor man internet.
Wait, 300 megabytes took you a minute?
Yeah, I'm like a poor man, so subscribe to Small Board Gang so I can get better internet. He says with his £500 printer sat behind him. I bought that when I had a job. I don't have a real job now. It was a 3-month pre-order, it didn't count. Joe Tate, thank you for the sub, and someone else followed, and the alerts have overlapped. So thank you for the Twitch follow.
Oh, I thought you meant their name was someone else. That's another cool name.
Give Mikey money so he can move to the south. Don't do this to me, Tom. Don't do this. Hellstorm Among Us when? Should I do an Among Us stream? That would be really fun. I nearly did a gaming stream for our birthday, but I ended up like eating cake and having a great time. Because it was our Hellstorm birthday last week. I had an isolated birthday party. I love the
F in the background, by the way.
I couldn't find a H, so...
I just thought it was F in the chat because it was used to there by yourself.
That as well, but also F because I couldn't find a H.
Oh, wow. It works on so many levels.
I still have the F. It's on my wall.
Nice. Nice.
It's lasted really well, actually. The biggest F was that I thought the YouTube birthday was Friday, not Wednesday. So Georgie made a cake at like 11 PM when I remembered. And I was like, it's YouTube birthday. It's YouTube birthday. So I need a cake, and she was like, okay, I'll make you one. So she finished making it at like 11:30, and then I looked at my calendar, I was like, it's actually Wednesday.
Oh man.
So big F.
Wow. Wow.
I'll hide the printer with an F. There we go. No. So she did make a great cake. It had lovely frosting. It was very good.
It did look good. Yeah. Very talented.
To be fair, it was a sick cake.
Did you scoff it all?
Fuck yeah. F for fuck yeah, I did. Have you checked
welcome to Sesame Street Star Hellstorm.
Have you checked
Today's
out...
the letter F.
Have you checked out the starter in that crate market? No, I haven't. I've also printed a crate right now. I haven't seen it. Have you messaged me? Are you lying? Have you mentioned? What's this? Oh, someone's received a parcel.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Oh, look, with every Hellstorm order, you get a little signed note from me. Just so you know. Buy some dice.
I think that's super cute.
So I've got postcards now. I'm actually putting postcards in.
Nice. I always wrap all my commissions in like brown paper, and then either just do a quick little like signature or something on the front, or a little bit of graffiti out with the airbrush just to show off.
Nice.
Which is nice.
So I'll put a little card in and I'll sign it. So get yourself some dice. We've got some pink horrors left. We've got some blue horrors left. I said the wrong one. We got some Eldritch and we got some Jaffers. I think we've got some Gyron green, but I'm not sure. Maybe. Get yourself some dice at Hellstormwargaming 50k.
Those green have sold really, really well.
Oh yeah. Crazy big. How would you paint a gunner in turret? Just like an intercessor or a sergeant or something that's totally different. Is it not a tech marine? The gunner. Depends what vehicle it is. What vehicle is it? Because the Repulsor is a tech marine. But
they always used to be, didn't they? Like that was the story behind it, is they were all tech marines, but now they're all just painted blue.
But I think in the Repulsor tanks, or in the tanks, I think they're tech marines, whereas I think the Impulsor is must be some like it's essentially Reavers because they've got no use for him, just normal marines. So I paint them like your chapter. That's how I'd do it. Given that Games Workshop stores don't do games anymore, where does someone from the Midlands go to play his first game these days? Well, if you live in the Midlands, well, where it depends whereabouts, like North Midlands, South Midlands. Because if you're in the Midlands, like Derbyshire, well, that's North Midlands, you could go to like Games Workshop.
They don't do games at all. Like, you can't do an intro anymore.
Brummy. There's the Glass House in Telford, that's somewhere to go.
Telford. The thing is, you may find it very difficult to get like someone to sort of teach you the game. Probably the best thing I could suggest is almost everyone's local game store has got like a website or a Facebook page or a Discord group or something. So have a chat to the guys that work there, find out what their customers normally use to set up like pickup games and so on, and see if you can find somebody that's willing to donate you some time and potentially allow you to use their minis and so on to give you a bit of a practice game.
Yeah, there you go. So I'll ask our lass. She probably knows. She's a bummy lass. Repulsor turret is definitely a tech marine. Repulsor, and he does have a mechanical logo on the pauldron. Yeah, so in the Repulsor it's a tech marine, so paint him red. Janelle Sen says, in the States, but we just had a local game store do a 37-man to 40k tournament. Well, very nice. I hope everyone was safe and well. Everyone had a great time.
How you doing, Janelle? Janelle was my very first subscriber that wasn't somebody I already knew in real life.
Oh, wow.
She's an absolute boss.
Royalty in the chat.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's great. Red will go great with the third company fists. Yes, there you go. Perfect. Need to head off. Good to see you. Let me know when you want to play some Among Us. I will do, Tom. Cheers, mate.
Take it easy, dude.
Someone else types, so I don't look mental. You do look mental, Science Pie. Sorry. Let's get some F in the chat. I'm down my crate.
Always F in the chat.
It's 20% done.
Nice.
It only has.
So isn't that like 3.5 hours?
Just shy of 3 hours. It's got 9 hours, 19 minutes to go. Then I can have one whole crate. Yes. The 3D print, they said. It'll be great, they said. It's a constant waiting. That's what 3D printing is. Constantly watching through red plastic, being like...
Is this just so your backlog can have a backlog while it's waiting in the backlog to be printed to join the backlog of painted, unpainted backlog?
Literally. It's like my 3D printer at me at my 3D printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting though. I'm really excited to do some 3D printing videos. I'm hoping they do well. But actively promoting to not print your own army. Go away. But if you play D&D, then you're mine. You're mine. Yeah. It's 7 o'clock anyway. I've been rambling for like an hour.
You've done well.
Yeah.
You've done well.
Yeah. So if you are watching and you want to show us what you've been doing whilst I've been rambling at you, then use exclamation point. Don't use exclamation point Discord because I haven't turned the bot on.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Tom B UK says, what's the average army size for most games? Anywhere from, say, 1,000 points to 2,000 points, I guess.
Yeah.
For most competitive games, it's 2,000 points. For pickup games, it could be anywhere within that kind of stretch.
But yeah, if you want to talk about, you want to show us what you've been up to while I've been rambling, then use exclamation point Discord, or there's a link in the description if you're on YouTube or Facebook. And we will have a look at 8 o'clock. So in 52 minutes, we'll have a look what you guys have been up to. So use that exclamation point Discord. It's now on. Or also, there's a link in the description. 9 hours to print a crate. That's like back in 2000 writing CDs at 1x speed. You know it, brother.
Anyone else remember copying like LPs to cassette tape?
Yeah.
Right. Damn, that was hard work.
Are you going to go for a full print bed if that's good? Yeah, probably. I'm probably have to buy some more resin, and I'm going to try and print six crates. So later, Tays, have a good one, Harley. Janelle says, "So what? Mikey just talks and Jay paints." Well, I used to paint as well. Well, I still am painting technically. I've got this.
You've painted for about 10 minutes in the last 3 streams combined.
Yeah, it's just I like talking to the chat and I find it way more fun than trying to paint in chat. So I do paint sometimes, just not often. Because like I'm always so busy, and then the stream to me, rather than being like more work, it's more like a chill out and chat. It's more like just hanging with Jay and loads of cool people. So Deca Hornheim, I printed a whole army. Don't shame me. I am shaming you. Shame. Bing bing.
Shame.
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 Bing bing.
Shame.
Shame. Any hints or tips for setting up a gaming club? Planning on getting one set up in the near future? Find a nice venue that's reliable.
The pandemic's over?
Yeah, wait till the pandemic is over is a good one. Find a nice venue that's like not cold. Get some nice terrain.
Yeah, somewhere comfortable actually is a big one.
Yeah, get a couple of tables, 2 or 3 tables maybe, and then go from there.
Make sure everyone's got a decent playing surface to play on, because for me that was what would bring me back to like going to another venue rather than playing games upstairs in the the Warhammer room here. Is having tables that have got really good terrain, that's somewhere that's nice, that's comfortable. You know, I can have a drink, like soft drink or whatever. Like I can buy something to drink.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just little things. Just think about like a youth club, but do that, but with Warhammer tables in it.
Yeah.
A nice sofa for someone to sit down while they're waiting for the game. You know, a couple of nice tables, and just organisation is the main thing. Make sure you're on time, etc. If you're going to start running it. Planning on setting up in the gym I own. Perfect, Celtic Craig. There you go. Perfect. Make sure no one's sweating while you're trying to play.
yeah. Careful you don't do your curls at the same time as.
Yeah. Paint Mikey, you will earn my respect. Do I need it though? It's just like I have like the problem is I'm finding this model in particular annoying to paint on stream, so I just need to get it finished.
Because it's gigantic.
Oops.
Like Magnus is still in about 40 bits because
I've got an entire load of change, and it's just like it's awkward to paint on stream because of the wings. So I think I'm just gonna like get most of the rest of it done off stream and then paint all the details on stream. Like just paint like his little sword. Like, oh, I'm just painting a sword today. Here it is. It's so awkward to paint on stream with this. So I
already decided I'm not even going to try and do Magnus's wings on stream because here's one of them attached to a blue tack shot glass.
Yeah.
Like trying to piss around with it. I mean, the sword's pretty big, but that's just there are birds with smaller wings than this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the hell?
Don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying painting it. It's just painting it on stream I'm just finding it a bit frustrating, so I'm just avoiding it. But then I've also not had a chance to sit down and paint off stream, so It's like
that's because you spend all your time staring into your 3D printer's eyes.
Literally, that is my life now.
I love you, Elgu Saturn.
George is just like
Michael.
George's Instagram has just been posting me looking at my printer the past 2 days.
Brilliant.
I took her out for dinner last night and we got in the car and she was just like, is this just so you can print will be done when you get back? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
We got back though.
Have you asked it if you're nearly there yet?
we got back though and she had a little model. She had this little thing ready to paint up. And she had a little cat phone holder. So if anyone's new and not seeing this is a 3D printed model by My Mini Factory, which is a model company that makes STLs, or the files that you buy and then print yourself. And then this is a little female wizard, little D&D wizard that Georgie's painted up today.
I've got a really important tip actually for anyone that is getting into 3D printing.
Don't.
And this is actually quite a big one. No, it's just a good one. When you are explaining to your mates what it is that you're doing, don't accidentally knock the caps lock off when you type the L in STL.
Yeah. Because
somebody may have done that, and I'm like, you've got to what?
It autocorrects. That's what happens.
Does it autocorrect? You type that in a lot, like
must do. Must do. So yeah, so this. Let me move my microphone. So this is the female wizard that comes free with the printer that I bought, but you can buy this for like £2 for the file. Next to a Space Marine, next to a Blade Guard veteran. It's quite cool, quite a good size actually. But if you haven't seen, I'll quickly show you what we printed. We printed a Barbarian. Mikey, can you print the end of the pandemic? Yeah, mate, no problem. Easy peasy.
What's the build time on
that? 6 months, I think.
Substantial.
I think Chris Whitty said, or whatever his name is. Got a little lion. That's pretty cool. We've got a cleric. Looking ace. I love this cleric, it's so cool. We've got a paladin. This isn't printed, that's cork. We got a little wizard. Pew pew. And we got a bard. That's it. Dwarven bard. That's really cool. Top tip for 3D printing is pre-supports. That is a very good tip. So pre-supports mean they've already done all the sprue for you. You don't have to do it manually.
Okay.
So you can buy, like a lot of companies start selling them pre-supported. So they're like...
Oh, I see. So you can buy the mini, or you can buy the upgraded version with all the supports put in for you.
Yeah. So again, if anyone's new and doesn't know what I mean by support, it's essentially like the sprue that it needs to print. Like it's a support for the piece that's being printed. So yeah, you can buy them ready supported, which is quite cool.
Cool idea. I like that. I do like that.
Yeah. Oh, I've got Cheetu box open, so I could show you the crate that I'm printing. The 3D render. There you go. So this is the crate that I'm printing at the minute. So that's what it looks like. So it's got some doors there. It's actually hollow, but you can't quite see that. It's because I've been looking at it. So it's actually hollow like that. It's like a tube.
Nice.
And it's got these little rivets, and on the bottom it's got some little dimples, so you can actually click them together ever so slightly. They'll like slot together.
Mhm.
So
you said you could fit 6 on your build plate, but that obviously looks like quite a lot of your build plate.
Yeah. So if I remove the doors, I'd have to do the doors separately.
Okay.
But then if I clone that, that's 4, 5, 6. And if I auto lay that out, so they're quite well spaced apart, but that build you can actually just move them a little bit.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then how tall? I don't understand the dimensions that you've got there. Like what's the...
They are 115 mil tall.
So they're what, 4 inches long?
Yeah. So a Games Workshop crate is 117 mil tall. So that's a Games Workshop one. So it's ever so slightly smaller. But that's just because I wanted to fit 6. Yeah.
That's not bad, dude.
So that red is where it's overhanging, but the supports are taking up a little bit more room. So that's what I'm kind of testing, is like, how many supports can I get away with? That's my test. As soon as I know how many supports I need.
That is a bit close, though, isn't it? Like
they're close,
almost touching.
Yeah. So if I delete all of them, and then I remove all the supports, and then if I clone it again, and then auto layout, but then I can actually, because there's quite a bit of a gap, so I'm trying to work out how many supports I need where I can print a crate without it messing up, because they do fit, like so. They're close, but they're not like super duper close. So
it looks like you've got some experimenting to do there, mate, for definite.
It's similar to Games Workshop one, but I mean, it's a sci-fi crate. You can't really like avoid it. You can't avoid it all, can you?
Yeah, Mikey and I talked about this before the stream, and one of the things I said was that like there's only so many ways of creating that, you know, before it doesn't look like a crate anymore. It's
like if I had a crate and I was printing one with these little X's on and little skulls, and the doors had a little skull in the middle and they had archways, then yeah, I'm copying Games Workshop. But like, these are a little bit different, so it's like you could say it's inspired by.
Yeah.
So.
But I think I'm relatively sort of militant about like copying people's stuff, mostly because of what I do. But like, even exactly. I didn't look at that and go, oh, that's a bit like a Games Workshop crate.
Yeah.
So
don't print them too close together. Even if it doesn't look like they are touching, they might print together, since the LED might have a bit of bleed. It might do, yeah. So that's kind of like what I want to test.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I'm not going to go and print 6 all at once. It's kind of like I'm going to build it up. So I'm currently printing 1 with a couple of supports. To see how like.
I mean, even if you can only fit 1 row on and do 3 at once, that still triples the amount of
exactly.
like give that your printer's got.
Yeah. I mean, worst comes to worst, I print 3 with 3 doors, because if I print 6 at once, I've got to print 12 doors.
Yeah, you've got to do doors anyway.
So I was just messing. Yeah, I know. It's like something that I've got to be careful of, because I don't want to be acting like I'm actively promoting ripping off IP, because I'm not. I'm actively promoting, like fueling your hobby with it, not replacing your hobby with it. What if you stack them up sideways? I could probably get 3 on, but then I have to run the supports and from top to bottom. The reason I'm doing it this way is because it's like minimal supports. Because because running that way, I can get away with a couple of supports just for this overhang here. Because you've got that, so it'll print. That's printed on the bed, and then I've got a couple of supports to support that bit. If I do them lengthways, which is a very valid way to do it. Oops.
Could you stack them one on top of the other if you put supports in between them?
Maybe I don't know. Right. I don't know. This is all experimentation.
It makes sense to me, but that's because I don't know anything about this. So it might be that's just a no. But if removing the supports is as easy as it's allegedly meant to be, then
yeah. So that does fit perfectly that way. So I could probably get 3 on quite easily.
Yeah.
Like so there's 3, which is quite good. It'd actually be a lot quicker to print them like that, because the time...
They're shallower.
Yeah, the time is all about the height. So the higher you have it, then the longer it takes. But the amount of stuff that you have in width and depth, it doesn't matter. It's all about the height. The problem is if you print them this way, is that the roof will need support. So if I went auto support, I'd have to...
You'd end up still in the middle.
Right. Yeah, I'd be looking with sticks going up the middle, which is gonna bang someone now. That's like a ridiculous amount of support there. That's auto. That's automatic. But like you're gonna...
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's a ridiculous amount. So you'd go in, that's light support. If I remove them all and do heavy support,
Heavy support? No. You can only put troops in those, mate.
Oh, the troops can go in crates.
That's right.
So does Gala's automatic, whatever. So that's a little bit less ridiculous. But what I have to do then is go in and like remove. So you can see like there's this framework. So that essentially is holding the resin when you print the top layer. So you print like that. That's how it prints. And as soon as you get there, the resin needs something to grab onto. If not, you print in midair and it'll just break. And then you'll end up with a fail. So that's kind of what's happening. But that's why I didn't want to print them this way, because I'd have to like go in and manually set all these supports and have to remove enough where I don't waste loads of plastic, but also keep enough where I don't lose all the plastic when it tries to peel it off. If that makes sense.
Why not print the roof separate?
I could do that as well. Yeah, there is an.
Because then, if this is suggesting that you wouldn't need the supports for the vertical walls,
yeah, I could print it like there and then remove all the supports.
Yeah.
Or maybe that bit, so I'd have to go a little bit lower.
Yeah.
So I could print it like there, but I also
because that's a nice flat top section, and then just
that'd be nice to print. How long would that take? Let's have a look. The thing I wanted to avoid was construction. That's why I'm kind of printing.
Yeah, but that's like 2 lines of super glue and.
Yeah, true. Actually, that's not going to...
I assume you'd have some supports to clean up on the inside from the top bit, because obviously that's a little bit from the perspective of the printer, it'd be concave, I think. Yeah.
I just realised that what I've done is, all I've done is hidden the top. I haven't actually taken the top. So to print the 3 crates, it'd take 7 hours. But that's obviously like half the time of what I'm doing that.
Yeah.
You can print them exactly halfway. That'd be clever. You just put them on
halfway
on the open side on the table. Oh, so Moon's basically saying print them like that, and then have the open side on the floor.
But the only issue with that is you'd never be able to sort of stand them up if you wanted to either. You're very restricted to what you're doing, and that could be all you need it to do.
Yeah.
So that could be a perfectly valid solution, but
Tom B says
you've got the freedom to do it how you want.
Yeah. Tom B says crates like that are kind of things FDM printers are perfect for. If I had an SLA printer, it would be running 24/7 making minis. Yeah, I appreciate that. I like nicely detailed crates though. And I wanted it for the flexibility that I can do both. I can do crates. I've got too much to do a crate, but I can also do minis. So. Cheetah Box Auto supports a terrible Prusa slicer is much nicer. We'll have to check that out, man. Prusa slicer. Yeah, it's interesting though. It's all a learning curve, as I said, because I've never used an SLA printer. This is like all new. All new. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the learning curve. Again, it's a hobby. It's a hobby in itself, so... Well, yeah, printing them without the lids, Jay, is a little bit clever, I'd say. I like that.
Mate,
I
can't trade on my looks, so I've got to be smart. You know.
I think someone's already made it, because this file's a free one on Thingiverse. So Thingiverse is like a database of models that people make. I think someone's already made one with the lid off, so I'm gonna have a look.
Nice. That just seems like the easiest way of printing it without wasting a lot of resin, just at the slight expense of time of you cleaning up 2 parts with all the alcohol and whatever else.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just sticking one bit down with some super glue.
True enough. I've got to try and remember what it was called. What was it called?
And I'm guessing whatever you put on the print plate or on the like schematic for the machine, I don't know the words. Whatever you put on there, it prints it exactly as you've put it on there, unless there's been an issue, like it's warped or something. So there shouldn't really be any issue with mold lines or gap filling needing to be done and stuff.
No. Yeah, there's a set. There we go. There's a crate with separate roof. Let's download it.
There we are. See, someone else had a good idea too.
I thought I saw it earlier.
Makes it easy for you to put your minis in there as well if you need to. Maybe you're playing like a special scenario or a narrative campaign. Hellstorm World Narrative campaign.
Thanks for the tips, Ryken Ray. Appreciate it, bud. I'll check that out for sure. I'm new to this sort of thing, so like it's a completely different way of printing that I'm used to. But I'm enjoying learning. So. Let's open that shit up in Cheater Box and let's have a look. Oops. I'm doing the wrong one. There we go. 3D Printing Pro YouTube is a good place for a lot of hands-on support. Yeah, I've seen him, so I've just I watched him a while ago, but then I had to wait 3 months for my printer, so I kind of got over it.
I'm glad there's been like no trace of buyer's remorse yet as well. That's really good and encouraging.
Yeah, so this is what this.
Because you were pretty hyped about this, so
yeah,
I'd have been gutted for you.
I'm pretty chuffed.
Damn, that's a big boy.
Yeah, so that's what size it is. This is actually 70% the one I'm printing. So that's
okay.
So this is actually quite big. So let's knock that down to 70%. Oops, wrong one.
Is that you doing it 70% just so that you can fit more on the build plate, or because you want them?
Because they're about the same size as the Games Workshop ones then, and yeah, so I could fit them on the build plate. So I might end up doing them a bigger size now. Oops, wrong one.
And I assume you can print this without the top bit. Like,
I could
choose to not put that one on.
Yeah, I'd have to, because the model that I've just downloaded is that's the model, so I'd have to edit the model to
you could edit it and chop that.
Yeah, so I could print them like that. I do wonder how that might actually be okay. Because essentially, because the way it prints, this is actually upside down. It actually prints that way.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So when it gets to that part, it's going to make an angle, and then there's going to be a nice support. It's going to actually be supported by itself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So maybe I print that one next, and we try it out. So you can compare the two, and we can be like, look at these two crates that I printed in 2 different orientations. How cool is that? That'll be a cool video.
Okay.
Steve Carpenter says, I'm late as ever. How's the night going? See, you found something else to do to not have to paint my key. You got me.
This is the entire reason he bought this 3D printer, right? It's like, God damn it, 3 months. I won't need to do any hobby on the hobby stream.
Exactly.
Eureka!
That's all I've been doing. That's the only reason I did it. Right, Canry says, I have my resin printer for almost 2 years now, and it printed 200 plus models / terrain pieces. Very nice, dude. Very nice. An FDM machine or a plastic printer still gives you a mold line, so to speak. It has the retraction point and retractions / untractions. Lift / set down and retraction point. Yeah, so FDM is like, it's like layers of plastic, so you can still see the lines, whereas this is very, very different because it's all photo set. But I'm very impressed with it. So Elgu, if you want to sponsor the channel, I've been talking about how great you are for the past hour and a half. So please.
All right. That's right. Go and sponsor the logo you can see in the bottom left of your screen. Right. Go do that.
So what mini do you want, Jay? And are you going to paint it on stream? What sort of mini?
Let's have... Don't know. Let's have Magnus the Red, the old epic version, but done in like full scale. And we'll fuck off this new highly detailed plastic miniature and paint something that looks like it was designed in 1976.
Not like actual scale, as in 28mm scale.
No, yeah. But
like the
old crap-looking one in this size. That's what we're after.
That Sundays has the best answer. How about, do you want to paint a crate?
Yeah, great.
Sergio, hi Mikey.
Well done, Dad.
What printer do you have? And do you have any example prints you've done already? Yeah, I do. This is a Elgu Saturn. This is the new one by Elgu. It's the big boy. We can have a look at some prints again because I like showing them off. So
basically, every time he shows you the same content, he's shown you twice already. It means he's got to do less paintings. We love this part.
Yeah, I do. This is the rook that I did. I messed this up because I took it off the build plate outside, and the resin sets in sunlight. So I took it outside like an idiot, and it set. So we've printed. What else have I printed? I did print this before I broke it on stream because I decided to see how how durable it was, and it is pretty durable. So this is what
I was impressed.
This is what happens on the bottom though. This is where the supports have been. So you get this weird texture.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah, so they're supports. But what I could do is file that out properly, make it flat, like with proper sandpaper. I've used a nail polish to do that, to smooth it out a bit. But that's like the top side, essentially. That's the final layer. So that's like printed nicely.
I'm assuming if you did that, you'd need to wear like mask and
oh yeah, it's like
eye
it's
goggles
like
and all the other safety.
It's resin at the end of the day. So
sounds like it's pretty awful stuff, to be honest.
yeah, it's like when you're filing forge or resin, you're gonna wear a mask and stuff like that. Do it outside. It's actually not from the supports, but trapped resin that can't flow off. And that's where the supports were attached. I guess so. I could be right, but that's where the supports were attached anyway.
Is it trapped by the supports?
Yeah. Ah, so maybe because I'm printing it flat, if I printed it at an angle, it could run off. Is that what you're saying, Rankari? Are we learning, everybody? Because I printed this perpendicular. It was like that. So if I printed it at an angle, the resin would be able to flow. Is that what you're saying? See, this is why I'm printing loads of little random crap, because I'm learning about 3D printing. So I've also 3D printed this. This is a female wizard by My Mini Factory that came with the printer. And my girlfriend Georgie painted this up today. She's done an excellent job. Absolutely fantastic job. It's even got eyeliner. Let's zoom in and focus. Focus on the yes, you are totally right. I'm gonna print another one and I'm gonna come back and I'll be like, remember last week where I had all those dimples? Well, now I don't. Well, there we go. You can see the eyeliner, Jay. Are you impressed?
Yeah, I am actually. Like, honestly, she's done a really good job.
Yeah, she's done a fantastic job, hasn't she?
Does she want to paint a Great Demon's Edge? Because you're not going to bloody do it.
Well, I said in the group chat, I was like, I'm going to get her to paint in terrain soon, and then Mike was like, don't even waste her on terrain. Get her painting the models. You can paint the terrain.
Yeah,
it's all airbrush.
I'm sorry.
Airbrush and washes.
Sorry, Nick, but no more Blood Ravens for you.
Yeah. So this is a barbarian. His nose fell off, but he's a barbarian. So there you go. This is a captain.
Is that why he's a barbarian? He's really angry because he's got no nose.
Yeah.
Right. He's like, I was fine, and then one day some ass cut my nose off, and now.
Yeah. So again, would you mind me asking the price of the printer? I'm trying to get an idea of what quality they can print for their price. So this one, it was like, I can't really remember how much it was, and there's lots of conversion, but essentially it's going to be like, I think this one's going to be like £400 when it comes out on Amazon. So yeah. We've got a wizard. These are just minis that came with the printer. It's part of My Mini Factory again. It's a company that just makes models. So Voldemort the Barbarian, exactly. Got a lion.
Brilliant.
A little lion. And we got a bard. So, but yeah, I'm really excited to print myself a new stick with it at an angle, because that's interesting. Because that makes more sense. Because you can see the dimple where the resin's been sat. But now I've got to wait.
I was going to say, how tempted are you to cancel this?
8 hours and 50 minutes. Oh, what time is it going to be in 9 hours? What time is it actually going to finish? 4 in the morning? So it means tomorrow morning I can get it going.
You going to set your alarm?
No.
How pissed is Georgie going to be when you wake up in the middle of the night because you're going to take your print off?
Yeah. I could print it upright. I could print it upright, maybe. I'm not sure how, because it's upright. I'm not sure, because you've got like so much leverage. If I printed it, because it's pulling like that, I'm not sure that might break it. But if I printed it at a bit of an angle, I could maybe put a couple of supports on. I'm not sure. For a better print quality, try to make the footprint of each layer as small as possible. Interesting. Still blown away by the smoothness of the finish. Yeah, it's because it's essentially each layer is 0.05 millimeters.
They're talking about my blends, you dick. Totally not, but
yeah. So each layer is 0.05 mil. That's why it takes so long. Because this crate is, I'd say it's like 176 mil tall, but it's got 2,000 layers to set. That's why it takes so long. So. What's the smell of the resin like for you? Some people can't deal with it, plus it's not too good for you. Like,
why do you think the barbarian's got no nose? He couldn't deal with it.
Praise for you as well as Jay says Science Pie. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Like, you can smell it. Like, I can't smell it now. I can smell it when I take the lid off, but all the fans, I think they're carbon filtered, the actual fans itself, so while it's running, there's nothing coming out.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but when you take the lid off, you can smell it. You know? You can
That's
smell
because
the
there's
resin.
a massive vat of resin, like right in front of your face.
There's literally a pool of resin. Yeah, you can smell them, but I'm not gonna have it in my gaming studio all the time. It's just probably for the next week or so while I'm playing with it because it's new. It's a new toy. Being around resin for a week is not gonna hurt your life long term. I don't think. Having it live, if you had this for months on end, printing all day every day, then yeah, that's probably not a good idea. But yeah, for a short amount of time, you know, I'm sure it'll be okay. If not, then I'll be a prime example of why you shouldn't have a resin printer behind you.
Yeah.
Is that Chrome or is that resin? I don't know.
R.I.P. F in the chat for Mikey, our fallen brother. Yeah. You know, only in death is due to the end, and now his watch is over, or whatever it is they say.
Exactly. Where are you going to put it? It's going to go in the spare bedroom, buddy. So
you can go stay at Mikey's
and get resin poisoning.
Need new lungs, you know.
Yeah. The good thing is it's really easy to move as well. That's right. Yeah, I've got masks. It's 2020, of course. I've got masks.
Yeah.
They actually give you 2 free as well. They give you everything you need, which is really good.
If you've got, so I think this is probably something that's worth
more paper masks, but not blue, the black.
Investing in. I watch a few hobby channels. One of them is a guy called Black Magic Craft, Jeremy.
Yeah,
and he's
great.
Absolutely stonking. And he was talking about some hobby essential kit, and one of them is a full face respirator, which I think you should probably invest in if you're going to do this sort of thing a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
But I know you're a sensible lad and an engineer, and therefore that's probably on your list of to do, but something worth mentioning for the chat who may not have thought about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't just wear the mask that you wear out to go to the shop these days, because that's not what it's designed for.
Yeah, I'm currently wearing paper filter masks. This is ones that are provided with the printer. These are like your normal surgical ones, but I'm going to get a respirator, do you need to mix the resin? How do you add it to the printer? So there's like a bit like a pool. I'd show you, but again, it's light sensitive, so I don't want to open it while I've got all my lights on. I'd show you if it was dark, but it's not. So essentially there's like a pool. Like a vat, essentially, and you have like a bottle. You have a little bottle like this, so you give it a good old shake. Still a little bit left in it. Give it a good old shake, and then you just pour it in, and then that's it. Ready to go. Well, essentially, the way it's made up, it's a base, and in the base is a phone screen that shines light. And then above that, there's a tank with a clear bottom, and then in the tank, it's full of resin. And then there's a plate that moves up and down. So... Oh, you can actually see the crate. You guys can't, but I can see the crate that's being printed now.
Nice.
I will take a picture and I'll pull it up on screen because I think that's probably the best way to do it. Where's my phone gone?
Put it in Discord.
Yeah, I'll put it in Discord in the stream.
In the stream models.
This is my whip. My whip.
Yeah. There you go.
So get there. / Discord. If not, there's a link in the description down below.
And you guys want to be going into the stream models soon anyway, because in about 20 minutes, or just under, we'll be doing the community work in progress gallery, where we can see what you've been working on, while Mikey's been working on some 3D prints, and I've been painting my balls.
Quite literally. There you go. That's what Des says, resin piece, Mikey. And I hated him for it. Science Pie says we can...
dude, that wins the chat. Well done.
It does, yeah.
Well done.
Science Pie says we can just print a new Mikey. Yes, we can. So I will be releasing conversion heads for Space Marines. It will be just my face. There's an app you can go on the phone,
Can I get
Jay.
the bonus basing pack of like 20 of those, please?
Yeah, sure. There's an app you can get on your phone to make a 3D model of your face.
Really?
Yeah. So you take a picture from each angle,
awesome.
and it makes like a 3D model. And I'm going to get that, and then I'm going to print my face and then put it on a model.
Awesome.
What's that? Chapter Master Hellstorm with a Hellstorm bolter? I mean, what's not to love, am I right?
I'd probably, if you're going to put like the embodiment of yourself on a tabletop, I probably would go for something that's got decent rules, like to begin with.
Like the Hellstorm bolt.
Start. The Hellstorm bolt is a bit pants, unfortunately.
Wasted Mind. Will you be 3D printing Varrek's head with Iron Warrior's logo on the forehead? Yes. Yes.
Unknown to Valrak, when I painted the Chapter Master Valrak head, I did actually paint an Iron Warrior's logo.
Was it on
before
the
I covered it up? So he's got iron within. You see.
I love it. Sergey, does the print plane larger than 6 inches? It's like 190 mil, I think, by something else.
So that's nearly 7.
Yeah, it's very tall. I think it's like 10 inches or something.
No, it's more than 7.
Not
by much.
Build plate. There's some discrepancies because they actually changed the plate at the side, changed the size of the plate later due to some production issues. But it's only ever so slight. It's like 2 mil, I think they lost. Which is no big deal. 192 by 120 mil X and Y. So 192 mil. Oh, no idea. So I'm looking at my tape measure. That is just over
short of 6 inches.
Just over 7.5 inches.
There you go.
By just under 5. Well, it's like 4 3/4 inches. I'm looking for the Z. Z. I can't find it now. Brilliant.
Nice.
I love it. Size.
It's gonna be an instruction manual. Like it's.
It could be.
They need to
it's
put
by
that one in
200.
there, right?
It's by 200. So it's 192 by 120.
Cool.
So 7.5 by 4 3/4, and then nearly 8 inches high. So quite a bit. Especially when you like start putting things at angles and stuff like that, you can get quite a lot on there. Well, straight up making a print dildo joke, but you actually answered me.
Wow.
That's
wow.
How out of it. I'm so innocent. I am too innocent to be a live streamer. You know that, Jay.
Got him.
Way too innocent.
That's a better got him than last week's.
That was pretty good, to be fair. I was impressed. I'm very impressed with that one. I'm looking.
She wouldn't have been impressed if it's only 7.5 inches, though.
If you put it at an angle.
It's all about the angle, man.
Oh, what is that? Because it's Pythagoras, isn't it?
Yeah.
A squared times B squared. You guys can do the maths.
Oh, what you want? What was the dimension? It's 7.5, and what was the other one?
Call it 8.
Right. So you're looking at the square root of 45 plus 64. Fucking bloody long basis. So what's that? 109. Root 109 is around 11.
That's not bad.
Yeah, suddenly impressive.
Suddenly impressive. So if you drop it down to 11, if it's just above 11, you could get some girth on there as well. You crack on, kids. You go for it. Hey, if you plan it well, you could maybe even could you wait for it?
Oh no.
Because that's between A and B. So you've got 192 and then you've got 200. But could you not go from corner to corner diagonally? Or is that the same length?
No, it's a different length. So that is the length of the hypotenuse of the X and Y axis.
So for
across the bottom,
for everyone at home,
plus the length of the Z axis. So it's the square root of the sum of the hypotenuse of X and Y plus the square of Z.
What we're trying to work out is... Oh, that's a bit too much.
And that is diagonally across left to right, top to bottom.
So if we've got 190...
I notice how we're doing all of this just so we can see what you can make Georgie for her birthday. Like,
by 200.
Feels a bit seedy now, doesn't it?
So we've got that measurement, right? That's the measurement we've got. So that is... What's that measurement? So Dave said 10.4 inches. This is in mil. I'm sorry. I really apologise. So we got that one, which is 10.4 inches. Can we change it back to mil and then I understand it? Massive Mikey, I thought you were an engineer. Yeah, did it all with a calculator, boys. So if that's our first measurement of 10.4 inches, which is, I would say, quite impressive. If we've got a cuboid, so that's 192. That is...
the Hellstorm stream where we're helping you with your GCSE maths homework.
That is 120, and that is 200. What's that length across there? That's what we're working out. Josh, get on it. You're an engineer. You're an actual engineer. I'm not qualified.
So
I'm not qualified.
Do 10.4 in mil for a start.
10.4 in mil. What's that? I've got no idea. Tape measure. Tape measure. Where are you? Okay. So it is 206 mil, I think, roughly. So that one is 206 mil.
Okay. Times 206 by 206.
That's a big number. That's a very big number.
Well, it's going to be somewhere in a region of, what, 40...
Okay, yeah, we're at
40,000.
We're at 40k. We're at 40k.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. Okay, so what's that? How do we work out that length?
So then you've got that number, 206 times 206, yeah? 206 squared.
Yeah.
Then you times 20 by 20.
Okay.
Yeah. Then add those two numbers together.
20 times 20.
Yeah.
So we add 400. And then we do the root of that.
Sorry, no, it's not 20. 200 times 200. Sorry, because you've put 20 centimeters on your diagram, but it's 200 mil, isn't it?
200 mil, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
so
used a circle.
keep with the same unit of measurement. So you've got 200 squared, and you've got 206
40K.
squared.
It's relevant. It's plus 40k.
All right.
Yeah.
Then you need to find a square root of that.
Okay. The root of that. Does it have root on it? Oh, it bloody doesn't. Doesn't it?
Which we know is going to be somewhere between
287 mil. 287 mil. 0.1. That is very good. Not qualified. Now, I don't actually have a degree in engineering.
Right.
I just worked.
Now divide that by 26.
Why?
Because that's roughly putting it into inches again, and that'll give you about 11 inches.
We gained a whole inch. That's how big he could print a dildo on my printer.
Just pointing out, though, it would be about 1 millimeter thick, which means whilst you might break down the back doors, you're not exactly filling the garage, you know.
So if we dropped it to 11, we might be able to get some girth. There we go. There you go. That's how.
Not a lot of, mate. That's about as much girth as a fucking 2B pencil.
There you go. So almost 300 mil, which is, you know, well, that's a little bit over showy. You know, it's pretty. It's quite big. It's quite big. You know, it's good going.
It's an average size, you know.
Obviously, yeah. Just like that.
Medium.
So, I hope you enjoyed that maths with Mikey. We worked out how big of a dildo we could print on my new printer.
So we've gone from the Sesame Street stream, where it's sponsored by the letter F, to the Count doing his maths to work out how big Big Bird's dildo. Always Mikey, Jeremy, Kyle, Herbert.
And that's why you tune into these streams, everyone, because we answer the questions that are on your mind. I say the stuff that you're thinking. And that's what I'm here for. That's all I'm here for. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Also, no, I'm not starting a dildo printing service, so piss off.
Yeah, I was going to say, so when are we expecting the Hellstorm Wargaming massager for all her needs?
Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God.
Is it branded? Oh my god, the Hellstorm Wargaming massager for when you're not yet a big enough dick.
And I am a pretty big dick, to be fair. F in the chat. I'm going to take the tape off. Oh, I should do that. Oh, I've got a tape mark on my plastic now. Rubbish. Okay, so is everyone, you still be in the toy business? Oh, for God's sake.
God, you'd still be making scale models. It's just, larger than 1-to-1.
You could have waited until it had finished printing and stuck a tape measure in there, but I enjoyed doing the maths with you. Thanks, mate. Well, the thing is
for life, man. Love numbers.
Wait 8 hours and 30 minutes, so I'm very, very much an impatient person. So this is killer.
I'm going to say that for that to fill the entire printer, it's going to be a long print. But tish.
I am excited to start printing. I'm maybe doing 3 crates with the lid off. That'd be really good because that's like literally half the time. So you're not really losing any time. If you plan it well, do one when you go to bed at like midnight, get up at 7, 3 crates done.
Yeah.
Then print some lids.
Yeah, and get 9 out in a day easy without really messing about your sleep schedule and your life and so on.
Yeah, get your girlfriend to paint them afterwards. Sorted.
Yeah. Crates need eyeshadow as well.
Cheers, Josh. I appreciate it. We got there in the end. We learned how big we could go. How late was the whip show again? We're doing that in 5 minutes. The whip show. Whip show with Mikey and Jay. But hope everyone's well. Got some exciting battle reports coming out this week. Got some very exciting ones. We've got me and Dan, and me and Dan.
Have you got a multitude of Dans, or is it the same Dan?
Single Dan. Dan squared.
Damn.
Dan.
Damn. Even more Pythagoras-based humour there.
Yeah, exactly. So we're playing Orcs versus Necrons on Wednesday, so that's getting edited up now.
Sweet.
And then we're playing Eldar versus Guard, but it's both of Dan's armies, which is cool. Craftwell
it is both Dan's armies, you're right, yeah.
I use Craftwell Bealtan for the first time.
Nice.
I don't even use my own Eldar, I use Dan's.
Got a lot of shuriken weapons in there?
Certainly have. And Dan wrote both lists. Yeah. So.
Ooh. Did he know who was playing what before he wrote the lists?
he decided, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a reason I asked. Yeah.
So he's saying if I lose, it's all Dan's fault.
Yeah, that's right.
Same. Awesome stream. Cheers, Evan. Saucy Necrons. Yeah, it's the last time I use Necrons before the credits thing.
Yeah, that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Probably 3 to 4 weeks, I guess.
So,
and then the Marine one after, or are they coming out the same weekend, do you think?
I reckon they're going to come out on the same day, you know.
Really?
The way they've advertised them, I think it's the same day. I think they're going to churn them out.
I think it's Necrons first, and then the Marines up for pre-order the following week with the second wave of Necron toys that are coming and so on.
I'm not sure. It's difficult to know. Difficult to know, yeah. So yeah, this will be the last Necron battle report that we have before the new codex. If you are interested, then you can subscribe at Hellstormwargaming.co.uk. It's all PayPal secure. You can join the small board gang right here, just down there.
Nice.
Tier 3.
I'm looking forward to playing a game with my Necrons, but I've got probably about 2 weeks to wait before I can do that.
Yeah. It's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot more record keeping and dice to roll than my usual army, obviously. But
I meant in terms of getting games.
I'll be playing against Space Marines, so.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, I see what you mean. Right. Yes, it isn't easy. But I know I'm going to be playing against Dark Angels, so I'm going to lose anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Mate, can't wait to get my hands on the 6 pistol guys. Oh, the Necron Death Destroyer, Death Royer, we'll call him. I don't know if he's got a name. I've got no idea. Yeah, that looks really cool. I really like that.
Hex something.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's not
like that.
Hex Wraith. No, that's not it. That's something else. Yeah. What do you think about the other new Necron releases that they've teased? So they've got the other destroyers that look a little bit like Wraiths, which are very sort of anti-infantry
Wraiths.
sort of killers. And then we had the various Cryptek versions as well.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting because it's like it's the Wraith destroyers are nice because it's a nice throwback, but they're also toughness 4 with a 4+ save, so they're not looking great.
Yeah, they don't
look a bit lackluster.
Sing and dance at me at the moment, but there might be something that's coming out that's going to be.
They do naturally deep strike, which is something that Necrons don't have a massive access to.
That's true.
Yeah. The new Crypteks, I'm not really sure. It depends how mad they are and how good they are, and it really depends on how reanimation works. Because if reanimation is completely different, then you might not even need a Cryptek, or you might need a Cryptek for it to work. But
that's true. Yeah, it could just be that.
It'd be interesting how they line up as support characters, because that's essentially what they are and always will be.
I really want the one that's got the skull that's kind of being formed out of the Matrix. It looks very
that's so
like
cool.
Lawnmower Man. Do you remember that film from?
I do not, but I remember the Mummy
cool
2
film.
with the sandstone tidal wave of face.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Mr. Vossalo.
Yeah. They're the same damage output as the Scorpec and are cheaper, so I'd go with the new ones. Well, they might be cheaper, yeah. They're easier to kill, which is always a downside to something like that. But the fact
also,
is,
you say the same damage output.
Because they have the same.
It looks like it's a lot more like weight of fire or weight of attacks rather than like actual damage. Because the Thresher blade on those Scorpec guys is immense.
But they have the same weapon, don't they? Not, but with claws as well. They don't have the hyperphase reap blade, the big thing, but I think they have the small one. But I'm not sure.
Okay.
They have the ones who've got 2 arms. That. I think they've got the same weapons as those. Off the top of my head, but I'm looking forward to getting the Codex in hand and having a look. Hopefully, sooner than we think.
It happens.
Nice. Who knows? So yeah, but anyway, Jay, it is 8 o'clock, and you've done a fantastic sword, and it's very nice.
Cheers. I'm still painting my balls currently.
Currently still painting your balls, but we're going to have a look at what everyone else has been going up to. So use !Discord, or if you're on YouTube, then there's a link in the description. Join the Discord. We're going to have a look at the latest meme, and we're going to have a look at what everyone's been up to today.
Before we go and look at the other people's miniatures, I'd like to say that you have done a phenomenal job of painting this evening, using nothing more than the imagery of your words and the subtle tones of your voice to tell us all about 3D printing. So thank you very much.
All I'll say is that whilst I may not have physically painted anything, I've painted everyone's imagination with the sheer possibilities of a 3D printer.
Yeah, and a few of them are now working out that they can justify this to their wife.
Just tell them that.
Like, if I get one of these, darling.
What you do, if you're going to get a 3D printer, is the first thing you do is do a test print, little rook, and then what you do is you print her a nice cat phone holder, and then she's pretty happy. So.
Yeah.
Hey girl, how's it going? You alright?
Has anyone else noticed his voice has gone up like 3 octaves on this?
Pretty much. Which credits are you most excited for? I'm actually most excited for the Necrons, because it's going to be something completely new.
Yes,
the Space Marines are going to be new, but also the same. So
I want to play the 2,500 points in Necrons. I smashed out in a weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, let's go look over at the gallery. Let's go and have a nosy. We've got a meme. Shall we look at the latest meme?
Let's do it.
The Emperor of Mankind and his custodian guard exit the Imperial Palace to do battle with the forces of the War Master Horus. Jojo! It's a brilliant meme. I love it.
What is that from?
That is from...
Because that is Heisenberg, right? At the front.
Yeah, that is from Malcolm in the Middle, I think.
Oh,
he played Malcolm's dad in Malcolm
James
in the Middle.
the dad in that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I got a 3D printer in December. I've used it for 0 minutes, so I'm about to give it away. I have no time to learn that hobby. Well, which printer have you got? Talk to me, Steve. Talk to me.
Yeah, Mikey's suddenly like,
Hello.
double the capacity.
I mean, yeah, like, what's the problem with 3D printing is all the waiting. So how about we wait for twice as half the time? Let's set them going. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Is this the, like, 4 ways of thinking?
Yes. So it's economic right, economic left, authoritarian, and then libertarian. I love it. Brilliant. So join the Discord. You can come in. You get a little welcome. Hello, MCJ and Doodah Day. You can come and get your new role, so you can react to the post and get your little tags. So you get becoming a custody or a Dectus Mechanicus, and then you can also chat to me and other people. So let's have a look at what you guys have been doing today in particular. There's been quite a lot happening today, not gonna lie. Oof, there is quite a lot. We might have to smash through these because everyone's been very busy. Okay, so we got Chaos Swarm, Chaos Lord, Sorcerer, and Palanquin of Nurgle. Very cool. I love it. Great work on this. We saw the unpainted version last week, I think.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Nice work, man.
Yeah. More important, you can talk to me.
Like wooden board.
Yeah, it's great, that, and it's lovely. Yeah, you can talk to Moon Tyranid in the Discord as well, because he's the mod. He's in charge.
There you go.
Looking very cool. Love it. Great conversion, man. Absolutely fantastic, as always. Absolutely smashing it.
Is that the base finished? Just like...
Oh, I don't know.
I'm assuming just like white paint. I don't know.
Looks like it. As it's very snowy.
Yeah, maybe get some texture on that is my only criticism, because you've done so much work on the rest of the miniature, right? You've done a load of work on the rest of that guy. Just that little extra bit on the base is going to help you out.
Base is not done, says Dan.
Okay, cool.
So base is not done. Got some options for him though. Got some arms. Very good.
Nice.
Master Arcade says finished them, Jay. Finished all 130 guardians.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I'm super proud of him.
Great job.
There's some work to do, obviously, little bits of tidying up that I remember him saying. And you could probably get a super, super thin, like sepia wash and just hit all of the bone with that and bring out a load of detail for sure. Probably about 2-3 hours work.
Yeah. Looking epic though, great work. You've also got them
Get the base done on that other dude.
Speaking of base, those epic base clips, so he knows which unit's which. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Very nice. Great job.
Good
Daddy Gamble, because you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description down below, buddy. Canry, working on his Indomitus Captain. Slick highlights there. Nice power sword. Beautiful.
Yeah, nice work.
Yeah, lovely that.
I like those little cartoon sort of lines you've done on the sword. That's the first time I've seen that particular effect. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. Real nice. Love it. Mod Moon, working on his Monster Hunter 3 Eagle with Carl Franz. Oh, it's a Chaos Lord now, I think. So he's invalid invite. That's weird.
Looks cool though, mate. Is that the old version or is it just a plastic one? Or... Because he did have a metal version of this back in the day.
I think that's the plastic one.
Sweet.
Nice. Got an Obliterator on the go. Canry again. One of them is actually 3D printed. Oh.
Yeah. That's a no from me.
Yeah. Mod Moon again.
Nice sword.
Looking cool. I like the fire blade.
I like the eyes, actually, that slight glow on the eye you've got there. That looks sweet.
Yeah, nice.
The thing looks really pissed.
Yeah. I think that was the 3D printed obliterator. Because I've never seen that pose before. First two members of Mordeath.
Mordethian.
Mordethian, thank you.
Yeah. I thought the Mordethian were the jump pack dudes with the really, really sexy looking lightning claws.
I think they are actually, yeah.
Are you using that as a chapter name, I guess, perhaps, with this?
Yeah, it looks like an alternate Raven Guard scheme.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not bad. I like it. Good scheme. Quite tidy with your black lining on most of that as well. Yeah, it really makes the white stand out.
Yeah, it's nice. Love it. It's that black as well, isn't it? Like that matte black.
Yeah.
There's that paint everyone's been advertised as the mirror paint or something like that. There's they made the black 3.0 paint, which is the black.
Yeah,
of black.
they now make a super
mirror.
Shiny silver.
Yeah, quite interesting. Fully resin printed army, fair play. I mean, it is a great job to be fair, but yeah, shame me. I shame you, Decker Honheim. Shame.
All the shame.
Shame.
I think Moon's comment is absolutely spot on.
Everything else is free. It's stolen, Pepe. I love it. Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's up to you. Fair play. You've done some work there to print it. So, got these both done in the last day-ish. Salamander's Successor Assault Intercessors and the test model for my Taraxi part of the Admech Force. Nice. I saw these the other day. It's really cool. Really proper, like white, but then with all the black details. Looks really cool. Makes it really pop.
Yeah, I'd get something on the shoulders because there's this massive bit of real estate that's just free real estate. Cue Mikey's meme. And you can really finish the miniature by putting something on there.
Yeah, nice bases though. Look really cool, like lava.
Yeah, everything else you've done is spot on. That's kind of why I'm being a little bit picky about doing that. It's the only thing that I think the miniature needs. You've smashed it.
Yeah, and then got some tracks on the go. Pretty cool. Legionnaire, got a Librarian Dreadnought. Very nice. Some nice highlighting on there.
Very clean. Like the little bits of detail you've put on the books, the scrolls, all that sort of thing. Nice work.
Nice. Got another couple of pictures as well. Nice blue glow on the glaive there, which you couldn't see.
Yeah, the scroll on that last picture as well, the one on the right-hand side, is really good. You've taken the extra step of putting some different colour on there as well.
Yeah, nice. Like it.
Not much.
There's my whip. There's the crate. It's very blurry, but there you go. I'll put a proper picture on afterwards. I'll like darken it down so you can get a nice picture. Whip Apothecary I've been enjoying the stream. Very nice. Got that Apothecary, the Imperial Fist. I like the yellow.
I actually like that.
But it's like a bony colour, isn't it?
Yeah, it's bone. Yeah, I like that in the bone more than the white, I think, actually.
Converted. Jay is converted.
Nice.
Jay has been kit bashed.
Yeah, that'll do. Why not?
Magoo says, painted yesterday but not today. Just want to show off. Gaz is quite proud of this. Definitely room for improvement, but tried hard to get this in the GW style. Nice, man. Looking cool. Nice wave. Really, really good, dude. Really good. Ushabti Bone says Science Pie. Got a few close-ups.
Yeah,
got some nice highlight in there. Definitely coming a long way, buddy. It's looking really cool.
Yeah, I like it. I think the skin needs a little something, perhaps, but everything else you've done, you're sort of aiming towards that heavy metal style, boxes drawn on stuff. If that's what you want, you're doing it.
Nice work, buddy. Got some nice depths on the bone and stuff like that, which is looking good. Nice. I like it. I like it. Converted up a series of Wraith Knights with different aspect shrines. The first one I'm doing is going to be Fire Dragons. This is the Titanic Fire Pike, or 2 Titanic Wraith Cannons. Nice.
It's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hopefully Wraith Knights become good.
You can hope.
They have been pretty gash for all of 8th edition and currently into 9th. Yeah. But they were pretty terrifying in 7th. So
I'd cut the sword hand to make it look like a knight holding pistol grip. It's going to be difficult to make the other arm hold the gun because of how big the chest is, but I'll see what I can do. Well, good luck, man. I'd love to see pictures when it's done. Solar Star's painting a knob. Nice knob.
I mean, considering what else we talked about on the stream, that doesn't sound inappropriate.
Nice.
Yeah, good work. Like the camera pants.
Yeah. Splurge working on an epic orc. Look at that bad boy.
That's pretty sweet. Is this Wargaming exclusive? No, I think it's too small. I'm trying to work out.
Nice.
Yeah, this is sick though, mate. Lots of movement in it, very dynamic.
There you go, look at that.
With your basing, you've got a load of stuff that's kind of been piled on top of the crackle paint, by the looks of it. Get yourself a little bit of textured paint, like the Vallejo pumice or something along those lines, and just bed that in a little bit more, because then it'll form more part of the base rather than being a part of the base.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I've got that you could possibly do to improve that. You've smashed it, mate.
Nice work. Like it. Geez, Alpha. See, this type of stuff for 3D printed is cool.
Yeah, this I'm totally on board with. Yeah. Some of the stuff for this army, is a little close, or a little too close, but this is cool.
Yeah, really cool. This is a Jackal Alpha, 3D printed, Skaven inspired Gene Stealer cult.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very unique. Inspired, but very unique at the same time, so very cool.
Well, it's cool, man. I love those little green dots running outside of the hamster wheel that he's in.
Yeah, hamster wheel, that's brilliant. Yeah. Whip Dreddy McDreddykins, very nice. I saw this freehand, it's not bad. It's alright, 5 out of 10 I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, why would you even put this in the work in progress gallery? It's not even close to...
Until it just started.
The same, basically just primed silver in a few spots, and there's a transfer in the background, right? This is not a transfer. Damien has painted that banner twice now, because the first time he did it, he used some paint that had a dog hair in, unfortunately. Yeah. And when he pulled the dog hair off, it removed a lot of the paint as well. And so he's painted that banner twice. There's lots of practice here. As always, Mr. D, it looks
fantastic.
Average, decent.
I love how we can compliment everything, then Damien comes in, it's like, just piss off, stop being so good.
No, the reason bit is that it's fucking phenomenal, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with this. Although, if you get up close, some of your lettering is a little bit haphazard.
Haters gonna hate. No, it's amazing.
Yeah, but you've nailed it, mate.
Absolutely fantastic. Great work, dude. I love it. What does the text say?
In Mort Redemptio, which is something like in Death I'm Redeemed.
I read the letters, I just didn't know what it meant. Redemption in death, that's cool. Nice, man. Really good. Great job. Splurge converts.
Silver needs a bit of work there, mate.
Yeah, silver's a bit crap.
The base is a bit shit as well.
These people taking these basing plinth ideas to the extreme.
Yeah.
Splurge says.
Oh, that explains the pose. He's sort of slipping off it a little bit. Oh, I've got it. Damn.
Brilliant.
Next level.
Splurge, you've said converted Storm Fiend base model. I'll take advice on the base that needs work. I'll take that advice on the base that needs work. Okay. I think
Let's
you forgot
see
to...
it once you've... No. This is the Orc. The Orc war boss.
Oh.
So he's used the Storm Fiend and converted it. That was the base model. That's what he's saying there. And he's happy with the advice on the basing. I'd love to see it once you've added some more to it, mate.
I thought you were talking about a different
Just find
model.
a way of...
Nice.
Yeah, just find a way of bedding that into the piece. I've done it a lot of times on my channel where... Because anything that's sat on a base needs to feel like part of the miniature. just putting a little bit more depth on it with some like pumice or something similar really works, because the rocks that you've got on there, whether it be actual stone or like bark or whatever, it looks like bark, needs to feel like it belongs there rather than just being there.
Great job, though, Matt. Looks really cool. Love the conversion. But we'll finish off with a nice meme. Things that in 40k that mysteriously fit inside objects smaller than themselves. The bolt pistol in the bolt pistol holder. The 10 tactical marines and the rhino. And Magnus Red's arrogance on a planet of sorcerers.
Brilliant.
I love it. Well, there you go. So that is the end of the stream, everyone. So thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. I've obviously been joined by the lovely Jay. Thank you very much for hanging out, Jay, as always. It was very fun.
My pleasure, Matt.
Having a nice
We did some maths.
We did some maths. We talked about 3D printing a lot because I'm very excited about it. It's my new hobby.
I painted a feather in my balls.
You did paint some balls. You painted a feather. And had a great time. So if you enjoyed hanging out with just Jay but not me, then you can check out Jay on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays at twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures. He does them streams. He hangs out there. So if you actually bothered about painting like a scrub, then yeah, go for it. You do that. I'm kidding, Jay. I love you, really. Jake Marshall, thank you very much.
I know. It's all good. Thank you for the shout out, mate. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Tuesday this week is the last stream for a week because I'm off to Gibraltar to play at No Retreat. I'm very much looking forward to that. Nice. And yeah.
No, make sure you tune in then, guys. If you want to support Jay, you can subscribe to him on twitch.tv/Mohawk Miniatures, obviously, and go and watch him there. If you want to support us, then keep doing what you're doing and watching and tuning into the live streams. If you want to get yourself some new merch, we've got some dice for sale at Hellstormwargaming.co.uk. We've also got a couple of objective markers remaining, and also, obviously, you can support us directly by subscribing at Hellstormwargaming.co.uk, or you can join the small board gang down below. If you become tier 3 down below, you get an extra video every single Wednesday, so it's like a no-brainer. No-brainer. So, speaking of which, we'll be back on Wednesday with a battle report on Wednesday if you're part of the small board gang. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. I think that's it. Is that everything?
Happy days.
Happy days. All right,
it's
guys.
all from me. Is that all from you?
That's all from me. It's all to you. And to you, thank you and good night. Have a great time, guys. I love you all. See you later.
Peace.